Hello everyone, welcome to Parthiba Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on Geeks for Geeks for 11th May 2023. The problem statement for today is palindrome with minimum sum. Let's now open this problem to solve it. Let's go through and understand the given problem statement. The problem statement says, given a string S, the string can contain small case English letters or question mark. You can replace a question mark with any small English letter. Now, if it is possible to make S a palindrome, after replacing all question mark, then find the palindromic string with minimum ASCII sum of the differences of the adjacent characters, otherwise return 1. Okay, so the problem statement is asking us to find the palindromatic string of the minimum ASCII sum of the differences of the adjacent characters. Okay, if it is not possible to make the string palindrome, then return -1. Else we return the minimum ASCII sum of the differences of the adjacent characters. Okay, let's understand it in a better way with the given examples. So the first example says here the given string contains A and C and the remaining characters are question mark in this form. Here the output is 4. We can see that we can make the string palindrome. Now, to get a minimum ASCII sum, we should replace all the question mark between A and C with B, and all the question mark between 2C with C. So, after replacing all the question mark, the string becomes like this. So, we can see this is a palindrome string. So, what is the sum of the differences of the adjacent characters? It is 4. How it is 4? When the transition happens from A to B. So, what is the difference between these two characters? The distance between these two characters is of position 1. So here the difference is 1. When the transition happens from B to C, again the difference is 1. From C to B back, again the difference is 1. From B to A, the difference is 1. Because after A, B comes, and after B, C comes. So the difference between all three characters in a consecutive way is 1 only. That's why the output is 4, because 4 transition happened in this one. Now when we look at the second example says the given string is this one. Here the output is -1. So here it is not possible to make the string palindrome. The reason is that here it is starting with A, but this string is ending with C. So we cannot make this string palindrome, because it should ideally start and end with A only to make it palindrome. Okay, so here we are clearly getting one indication that it is not possible to form a palindrome. So that's why it is the output is -1. So I hope both the problem statement and the given examples are clear. So for solving this problem, the approach which we will use, so that will follow, and that will check first the validity of the string by iterating it through both the ends. Okay, and if there are non-matching characters and neither of them is question mark, then we can say the string cannot be made into a palindrome, so we return -1. Otherwise, after validating the string, then what we will do, we will iterate through the string again to form the left half of the new string. It will skip the position where both characters at both the indices, that means we are starting from left and right, if both are question mark, as they won't affect the final result. Once we have formed the left half of the new string, then what we will do, we will calculate the sum of the differences of the adjacent characters. Then we will multiply the differences by 2, so that because the transition will be happening twice. Once we will be moving from one character to another. Suppose in this example, we moved from A to B, then somewhere we have to move from B to A also. That's why we will multiply the each difference by 2. Since each difference is counted twice, once for each adjacent pair of the characters, because in palindrome that will definitely occur twice. Okay, and whatever the sum we will get, that we will return as the final result. Okay, so let's understand it in a better way with this example. So here I have taken the first example here. Okay, so this is the given string. So what we will do, instead of adding, see in this one it has added B, but what we will do, we will try to use only those characters which is there in the question mark, so that we can avoid the minimum transition. Here, since A is the starting point and C was there. That's why it didn't make any difference. But suppose if we are having something like T here and we are starting with A, then unnecessarily the the transition will happen from A to T and again T to A. This will be extra count there. So we will try to form palindrome string with the given characters. So here the first character here it was A. So what we will do, we will till this one, if we replace it with A, then in between these two characters we replace with C because these two are here, and last 4 characters again with this A. Then what we can see here, we can see the transition is happening from A to C, which gives the distance of 2. That means the difference of 2. So that is 2 here. Then again the transition happening from C to A. So again the difference is 2. So the output here is 4. Okay. Here if you look at the second example, see here it is T and here it is J. Okay. So what we are doing here, to the left of it, I'm just adding the T here, and the number of T's is occurring before J here. That many T's at the end also, and in between the even number of T's are there. J's are there. So again here we can see the transition is happening from T to J. So if we count the characters, the distance between J and T in the ASCII code, so that distance is 10. Again the transition is happening from J to T. Again the distance is 10. Absolute difference we are taking. So the output here is 20. Here if we try, see we can make it palindrome in multiple way. But if we try it making in another way, then we will not get the minimum ASCII sum. Here if we can also make it palindrome like here, like A, this many A's will give. Okay, then these two position will be J and T will be here, and remaining at the end also we will be having A here, something like A something here, and here it is TT, then JJ, TT, then this way, something like this. I hope you are getting it. So even if you try making a palindrome with this one, here also we can see this is palindrome. So if you try making this, then the transition is happening from A to T, T to J, J to T, and T to A. So here this is also palindrome, but we are not getting the minimum ASCII sum. That's why it is, if we use the characters which is already there in the given string, so that way then only we will get the minimum ASCII sum. Okay. So what exactly we will be doing? We will not be forming in the code, we will not be forming the palindrome string. We will just count. We will just validate if the given string in this form is that is valid enough to be made to a palindrome string. If it is, then we count the number of characters that is happening in one half. Then we multiply the number of the number of characters. That means the difference between the number of characters which is present in the first half. Then whatever the difference we get, we add all of them. Then we multiply it by 2, because the transition will happen in both half, first half and the second half. Okay. So with this approach only I have solved this problem. Actually this problem is very simple. So let me copy the solution here. First I will be solving it in Java. The logic which I have explained, that only I have done it here. So here we can see what I have done. First we are calculating the length of the string, and we are having 2 pointers. That means left and right. Left is pointing to 0, right is pointing to length -1. Then I am converting this string to character array. Then we are checking for the validity of the string. That means whether the string is capable enough to be made a palindrome string. So for that, what we are checking? We are checking if, that means here we are checking the negative condition. If the element which is present at the index left of array, if it is not equal to array of right, and if it is not equal to, and both these are not a question mark, that means something like this. The second example, here it is A, here it is C, both are not matching and both are not question mark. Then we return -1, saying that it is not possible to make this string palindrome. So we will directly return -1 from here itself. And until we get this check, we keep on incrementing the left pointer and right pointer, incrementing the left pointer and decrementing the right pointer. Okay, so what exactly we are doing? We are checking the characters in the first half, first index and last index. Then we keep on moving to the next next index, then here, next from the right, then here, next from the left, and next from the right. Okay, I hope you are getting it. So from left one is starting from 0, right one is starting from length minus 1. So from both end we are traversing and checking. So as long as the characters are matching or characters are having question mark, so that time it is possible to form palindrome. But if the string is not matching, if the character at any moment the character is not matching and those string is not a question mark, then we will return -1. Okay, once we have validated this one, that means we are not returning -1 from this part of the section. That means this string can be made a palindrome. So what I am doing here, again we will initialize both left and right with the same thing. Reset the value of left index and reset the value of right index. Then one string builder object we are creating. Now we are running a while loop here. While left is equal to less than or equal to right. So we are checking that if array of left is not equal to question mark, okay, then we are appending whatever the character is coming there. Okay, and similarly we will do for the right. If array of right is not a question mark, then we append to the string the right one. Okay, so what exactly will happen here? This one here you can see, if you are following this one, then it will have, the string will have A, C and C. Okay, then for this while loop also we are again move the left index to the right and right index to the left. Okay, so once we have formed this string, then we just iterate through this string and check the absolute difference between these two. Okay, I hope this is clear. We check the absolute difference between these two. So here, if you look at this example here, then with this this was the just for understanding. So what this string builder will contain? It will contain A, C and C. So what it will have? So first it will check the distance between A and C, that will be 2. Okay, and since we are multiplying it with 2, so result will contain 4. So 2 into 2, and for the second step it will be the distance between C and C, that is 0, that is 2 into 0. So the output here is 4. So that only is done here. Similarly here, this one, the string builder will contain, str will contain T and J, because only these two characters are there. So again we are we are having 2 pointers from left and right, and we keep on moving left towards the right and right towards the left, and whatever the characters we are getting, and if it is not a question mark, then we keep on adding to the string builder. That means string object, we keep on appending to the string object. So string object will contain T and J. The distance between T and J is, here it is 10. So we have multiplied it with 2, because that will again occur twice, even in the second half, in the because this is a palindrome string. Okay, so that's why we are getting here the output as 20. So that's why this 2 into absolute distance is done, and whatever we are doing, getting the output, that we are keep on appending to this, adding to the result variable, and finally we will return the result. Okay, so this was the solution of this one. Let me try compiling this code. So here we can see we have got output as 0 here for this given input. Even if you try with, okay, let me just directly submit this solution. So here we can see it has covered all the test cases. So this problem has been solved successfully in this language, in this Java. So when we talk about the time complexity of this code, so here what are the steps we are doing? First, I am converting the input string to character array. This is taking big O of n time. Okay, then we are validating the string. So we are iterating the string from both ends. So it will take big O of n by 2 times, which is again simplifying to big O of n. Then forming the left half of the new string, again iterating through the string from both ends, which we are again doing here. this one, and we keep appending the character whatever we get to the str if it is not a question mark. Then again, since we are iterating from both end, it is again in the order of big O of n by 2, which again simplifies to big O of n. Now what we do, we calculate the sum of the differences. Then iterating through the new string to calculate the sum of the absolute differences between the given characters. So this takes big O of m time, where m is the length of the new string. So overall, the dominant time complexity is in the code is big O of n, as the operation involving the input string and the new string are most significant. So therefore, the total time complexity of this given code is in the order of big O of n. Okay. So this was the Java solution. Let me move to C++ editor. Even I have prepared C++ solution. Let me just copy it here. The logic is completely same. No difference is there. Only the syntactical difference between Java and C++ is there. So here also we are finding the length. We are initializing 2 pointers, that means to start from both ends, left and right. We are iterating the string. Same thing, we are creating a new string. Then again we are iterating from both the side. Whenever it is not a question mark, then we add it to the string. And until this condition satisfies, we make left plus plus and right minus minus. That means both are moving towards each other. And once this is done, then whatever the string which we have formed now, we just calculate the difference between these two, between all the characters in that string, and wherever we get the difference, we multiply it by 2, because that will definitely be occurring again, because it is a palindrome string. So if the transition is happening from character A to C, then definitely somewhere the transition will also happen from A to C. Okay. And finally we return this result variable. So this is the C++ solution. Let me compile this code. So here we can see we have got correct output. Let's try submitting this solution. So even with C++ solution, it has covered all the test cases. So I'll provide the link for this question and the link for the solution code in C++ and Java in the description box. Please do check that. That's all in this video. Please like, comment and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.